Welcome, thank you for joining us. This is Barrie Wrestling's Rush Hour. I am Mike Jeffries, the host of Rush Hour and also the play-by-play voice here at Barrie Wrestling, and I am so excited for this show. We have a jam-packed episode for all of you. We have the Rush Hour debut of Australia TakeOver ATO. We are going to hear from Van Landen, who just 2 weeks ago went through a hellacious street fight with Holden Albright. If you haven't seen that, go back about 2 episodes, check that match out. TCO, he'll be here later with the event center and a big update on the feud between Reverso and Gabriel Fuerza. And our main event, a dream matchup of mine, a Three Pistols title match between the champion Myung Jae Lee and Brent Money Banks. I don't know if it's possible for those two to have a battle and have it not be a Match of the Year candidate. We have all that coming up, but we are kicking it off right now with a 4-way matchup. We have Stratosphere, the Boss John Greed, Alexia Nicole, and Pretty Ricky Willdy in 4-way action. And keep your eyes open for the man from Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven. He was in attendance for that show, and he kept a close eye on the action. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show. This is Barrie Wrestling's Rush Hour. Fans, welcome back. We are reeling from what we just saw. The king and queen of the self-proclaimed king and queen of Barrie, Kyle Boone and Shiloh. Well, Kyle just relinquished the title and then tried to set it on fire, and then Shiloh, as he repeated, elbow dropped the championship. But we don't have a Barrie Wrestling champion right now. But what we do have is we got a 4-way match coming up.
And on June 10th, Barrie Wrestling Golden Glory 6, we're going to have a 4-way, a fatal 4-way, to crown a new Barrie Wrestling heavyweight champion.
We just heard that announcement between matches. So Alexia Nicole already in the ring, and now we see Stratosphere. Stratos, of course, a part of the Wild Rovers match a couple of months ago, one of the greatest and one of the matches.
Technical masterpiece, Mike Jeffries.
Wherever you're watching us right now, once you're done, go
masterpiece.
Go to our Barrie Wrestling YouTube and watch that match.
Technical masterpiece.
See Dolly, everybody. Look who it is. It's the former WWE superstar. Wow! Oh my God! A former 2-time NXT Tag Champion. Wow! Come on, everybody. That's so cool.
There you see Trent Seven just here, just enjoying the show.
And here you are. Here you are in Barrie, Ontario. What are you doing here? Huh? Barrie, Ontario. Garbage. You know what? Wait, you need to get signed, don't you, huh? Is that what it is? You need to get signed? Why don't you watch me do my thing so you won't be such a former anymore?
Stratos talking smack to Trent Seven, who lets you know how he feels about it right there.
Stratos is a big, mean man. But Trent Seven is not someone I would want to be on the wrong side of, Mike Jeffries.
Absolutely not. And I mean, and Trent Seven he's a guest here. He's not here. He's not ready. He's not here to compete. He's not looking for any issues.
And he's still challenging Seven.
Stratosphere throwing his shirt to the crowd throwing it back, so Stratos firing it all the way to our security team. But now on his way to the ring, the boss, the final boss of Barrie Wrestling, John Greed, and he does not look like he's in a good mood.
Well, you're rarely right, Mike Jeffries, but when you're right, you're right. John Greed is the final boss. He is the man against which everybody who steps into a Barrie Wrestling ring measures themselves against the longest reigning heavyweight champion, the biggest, the baddest man in Barrie Wrestling. They just call him the boss.
And see who is our fourth competitor with this four-way matchup. All we knew going in was it was a scramble match. I don't even know if the competitors knew who they were wrestling until they started coming out.
I guarantee the boss knew. Oh my
We know
God.
who this is. One half of the 400 North Tag Team Champions. His partner,
The greatest athlete ever to come from Brantford, Ontario.
Not a high bar to clear.
Wayne Gretzky?
Who'd ever beat?
Well, he didn't beat Pretty Ricky. It's a very high bar, but Pretty Ricky surpasses that bar. Mike Jeffries, wash your mouth out with soap or hot sauce. I don't care.
Pretty Ricky's partner, Puff, currently on a tour of the UK,
Not a high bar. What the hell is wrong with you?
bringing his unique puffness over to the other side of the ocean. But Pretty Ricky, he's still here, ready to wrestle, ready to compete.
He had 2,100 career points. Not a high bar. But Ricky is higher.
Did he wrestle for Stampede?
Edmonton, not Calgary, you moron. I am working with children.
Oh, Pretty Ricky eyeing up Stratosphere. They were on opposite teams
Toddlers.
for that Wild Rovers match. Pretty Ricky was
Infants.
victorious there. So a fatal four-way matchup. We have the Bionic Woman, Alexia Nicole, the boss, John Greed, Pretty Ricky Willdy putting his shirt in his tights.
Where would you put your shirt?
Literally anywhere else. Literally anywhere else. And Stratos
That's why you've never kissed a girl.
running. I'm married.
I stand by my statement.
Stratos now lipping off Pretty Ricky. A lot of history between these two.
More history than between you and your wife, evidently.
And John Greed has just picked up Alexia Nicole and using her as a weapon, starting this matchup, and Greed looks very proud of himself. Alexia ducks the clothesline, ducks another one off the ropes, using her speed advantage, going for a head scissors. Greed caught her with one hand.
It has been many years since I've heard anyone in Barrie Wrestling boo John Greed. But when he just cut off Alexia Nicole, the crowd had thunderous boos for the boss.
Well, Greed for the second time using Alexia Nicole as a projectile.
I don't think she agreed with that second time, though.
And Greed looking to end Alexia there. Alexia able to dodge, and then a shotgun dropkick to the chest. Bionic Woman has never backed down from a fight, and another one. And a third one. And a kip up.
It's honestly a bit of a dream match for Barrie Wrestling fans.
Alexia is fired up, and then a shot. Oh, but gets cut off by Stratosphere with a boot to the gut. And counter on Stratos into the corner. Pretty Ricky got caught with that one. And the meteor for Alexia Nicole. Ricky trying to avoid danger. And Alexia, is she going for a pile driver?
Alexia, of course, the 2022 Pure Diamond Award winner for Barrie Wrestling.
She's trying to power Stratos, so Stratos
Wow.
counters. Back body drop, and then he's got Pretty Ricky caught.
Now he's using Pretty Ricky as a projectile.
And Pretty Ricky just launched across the ring by Stratos.
Alexia, the clear favorite of the Barrie Wrestling faithful.
Well, and Stratos going to the eyes on Greed. Greed had him up in a fireman's carry. And Stratos there with the knee right across the eyes of Greed. And then sending him shoulder first into the post. Greed hung up on that middle turnbuckle.
Can you imagine if you showed up at Barrie Wrestling and Sean Gibson told you that Stratosphere and John Greed were going to be your opponents? Like, you'd probably just walk out and leave.
If I showed up and Sean Gibson told me anybody was my opponent, I would get up and leave.
Well, yeah.
But these two are two of the biggest, baddest hombres in our locker room. There is no doubt about that.
They are terrifying men.
And Stratos just squeezing the breath and the life out of Greed. Greed fighting Stratos off. And then double axe handle from Stratos. And a right hand. Greed just getting beaten down in the corner. Pretty Ricky finally back up on the apron, and he gets caught with a boot and then a right hand to the head. Alexia takes a left hand. Stratos ambidextrous striking. Greed finally up to his feet, and he takes a left and a right. Oh, Stratos hurt himself on that one, and Greed caught him with a right. That one found its mark. And again, right on the jaw, right on the point. Stratos ducks the right hand and a DDT from the boss. Planting Stratosphere into a cover. Stratos kicks out at 2. Greed spiking Stratosphere.
You know, you talk about a hoss fight. Stratosphere, oh, just look at the impact of that on the replay. Stratosphere and John Greed, 2 of the baddest men ever to compete for Barrie Wrestling.
On a face buster from Stratosphere after countering Greed in the corner. Pretty Ricky for, I think, the 6th or 7th time trying to get back into the ring.
The stakes in this match, Mike, are absolutely huge. Stratos, what are you doing?
Stratos with the 1-foot pin on John Greed. Greed could be unconscious or asleep or in a coma. I think he would kick out from that.
Wow. You've been right twice in one night. This is amazing.
I'm going to start keeping track.
Maybe you'll get your first kiss tonight.
Well, Pretty Ricky's in the arena, so anything can happen. Ricky might finally get into the ring. Oh. It has happened. Pretty Ricky has finally made his way back into the ring. And Alexia, Greed, and Ricky have all had about enough of Stratosphere running his mouth. And a right hand from the Bionic Woman. And a right hand from the boss. And a right hand from the Brantford Smoocher.
Oh.
Stratos getting bounced around like I'd say a soccer ball, but they're hitting with their hands.
Do you actually get paid to do this job?
Not much. Oh, and a discus right hand into a backstabber.
Still too
into a stunner. Stratosphere getting put through the full cycle of pain there, but it's one fall to a finish, and none of them want to be the one, or all of them want to be the one to pick up the victory, so this is going to continue as Stratosphere able to roll to the outside.
Here's the thing, Mike.
The Smoocher strikes!
John Greed stunned. Greed vulnerable.
Ricky picking some hair out of his teeth after that one.
Come on, man. It's a family show.
Oh, and Greed with the counter!
I can't believe Greed stole my finisher.
And going for a package pile driver. Ricky is in trouble. Buzzsaw kick from Alexia Nicole. Knee to face from Stratosphere. He just turned Alexia's lights out.
And here's the thing, Mike Jeffries. The stakes in this match became huge about 15 minutes ago.
Hold on, Stratosphere looking down Trent Seven. And Seven just hopped the barricade, he's in the ring. Stratosphere just senses it, takes a backhand. Trent's got him up. Birmingham Hammer! The Birmingham Hammer to Stratosphere. Sends him over to Alexia Nicole. Pile driver, incredible strength from Alexia. Planting Stratos. Trent says to go cover. And a 3 count. Alexia Nicole with the win. Assist to Trent Seven.
Listen to this crowd, Mike Jeffries.
Fans, welcome back to Barrie Wrestling Presents 9 Live. Up next, we have a 6-man tag match.
Introducing team number 1. First, Jack Williams. His partner, Kaz Jordan, Julian Ward, Australian
Jim, first coming to the ring, we have ATO along with Jax Williams. Jax, who turned on his partner Robbie Cosmos last month. Australian TakeOver, we've seen them once before. Very, very impressive tag team. I'm not sure how this formation came to be. We might find out more later.
We found out about this match about 4 hours ago, Mike, and I don't get it. You know, like Jax Williams was part of an incredible tag team, and now he's aligned himself with an incredible tag team. I'm kind of baffled, but Australia TakeOver's original opponents certainly found themselves one heck of a third man to join them.
It was initially ATO versus Ali, who debuted last month, and Isaiah Prince.
Their opponents.
And let's find out who they found as their tag team partner. Oh, Jim, I know that music. Holden Albright. You were right. What a find for Ali and Isaiah Prince.
I'm wondering if Jax is regretting turning this into a six-man match.
For the total combined weight of 800 pounds, the unnatural Ali, Isaiah Prince, and Holden Albright.
Holden Albright joining Ali and Isaiah Prince. What a trio this is, although
look at the size of these guys, Mike.
Important to note, these three have never tagged together. ATO are a tag team. Yes, I did. I'll hold on to it. Kaz Jordan making sure that we take good care of his jacket.
That jacket costs more than your car, Mike Jeffries.
That's not a high bar to clear, Jim. I have to put it in H in order to get it to go anywhere. But I'm gonna make sure his coat doesn't go anywhere, and he's got a very expensive watch too, so I'm a little bit nervous having this stuff here. But Richie Rich, Kaz Jordan.
Don't sit in that seat, TCO.
Yeah, Tyler, our ring announcer Tyler's gotta be very careful with this coat. But back to the action in the ring. Isaiah Prince, very physically imposing, is looking to start this matchup. I don't think any of the three on the other side are too interested in it.
This has got to be the biggest trio we have ever had in Barrie Wrestling. We've got two monsters, and then, man, how tall does Ali go? 6'6"?
6'6". Although, has Puff ever been in a trios match? Because I think that might, whoever he was with might top this.
Shut up, Jeffries.
But Isaiah Prince against Richie Rich, Kaz Jordan, one half of ATO. And Kaz going with a quick side headlock. Kaz probably the fastest of the six men in this matchup.
No doubt about that, but do not underestimate his strength, although he's not going to win any power battles with big Isaiah Prince.
Isaiah picking him up like he's a child and just throwing him across the ring.
Holden Albright just loving it.
Maybe Kaz should have kept his jacket on. It would have cushioned some of that blow.
I can see you eyeing that jacket.
Oh. What is Clay Wilson? I'm going to slide closer to you, Jim. Clay Wilson just sat down beside us. Meanwhile, inside the ring, Isaiah Prince flattening Kaz Jordan and doing it again.
I think he's just protecting Kaz's jacket from you.
Distraction tactic by Julian Ward, and Kaz Jordan able to get out of the way of Prince. Kaz taunting the crowd, and don't look behind you, Kaz. Oh, Prince has got him.
I don't care how much money Mommy and Daddy have. You're in for a world of pain, Kaz.
Look at the size of Isaiah Prince's hands. He is palming Kaz Jordan's head like it's a baseball and just driving those forearms through the chest. The crowd counting along. Oh, Julian Ward into the ring. Isaiah Prince with a sidestep, sending Julian over the top. And now Ward's caught with Jax Williams trying to defend his new tag partner.
Jax Williams, one of the best pure athletes in Barrie Wrestling.
And he just got bailed out by Julian Ward. Isaiah Prince looks disappointed. He just wants to hit somebody.
Oh, we could send Clay Wilson up.
You said that, not he's sitting too close to me. I'm not going to say anything like that. All three members there, ATO and Jax Williams on the outside.
See, you don't need to actually worry about that because Clay Wilson would actually have to stop talking to be able to hear you.
Oh, it's still Kaz. Look at the back of Kaz Jordan. That's after just, what, a minute and a half with Isaiah Prince. Now, Ali, he wants a piece of Kaz.
I love this kid. He made his Barrie Wrestling debut just 1 month ago. And as soon as he fills out, he is going to be a dominant star in indie wrestling. And look at Kaz wants no part of this young athlete.
Ali, the unnatural. He was trained by a man once known as a natural, Dustin Rhodes, training Ali. And a great hip toss and then a back elbow. And Jax Williams caught off guard.
Two tremendous natural athletes in the ring right now.
Look at the height on that springboard. 2 count though. Jax Williams able to kick out. Ali trying to get the crowd fired up. Ali getting fired up, but Julian Ward off the distraction. Kaz Jordan's got Brad Myers distracted. Diamond Jim, you said last match we need 2 refs. We might need 3 for this one.
Well,
Jax
a
with a
fourth
pair
one for the guy sitting beside you.
Well, Jax with a pair of cheap shots and a diving forearm to Ali. And Julian Ward, the Australian outlaw, with a boot to the back.
This is a guy you do not want to mess with. He is tough as nails, smart as they come.
And that was a vicious left hook right to the head of Ali. The rookie getting a beat down right now from all 3 members on the opposing team.
Well, you talked about it at the start of the match. You've got a legitimate tag team in here with their new friend against 3 guys who have never teamed together. ATO with a clear advantage in this match, and Jax benefits by association.
We have another tag in for Jax Williams.
It's actually quite impressive how well these 3 are gelling together.
You see Isaiah Prince on the floor, just getting back up to the ring. Jax Williams cheap-shotted both Albright and Prince before turning attention back to Ali, making sure everybody was feeling that one. And look at Jax just taunting the crowd. Again, 1 month ago, he cheap-shotted his former tag team partner, Robbie Cosmos, from behind. And I will say with this gentleman sitting beside me here, he did speak with Jax
Williams.
Williams.
Mean Wilson? Oh.
Clay did speak with Jax after our last show. We saw that on our social media. That might be why he's out here.
But why isn't he teaming with Wilson then instead of Australian Takeover? I don't understand this at all.
He's right beside me if you want to. I'm going to. He scares me a little bit.
Do you not want to speak again for the rest of the night?
It's a little bit terrifying.
Do not give him that headset.
But Julian Ward with the left hand to the body of Ali, and now he's got.
Of course, that would mean I could hit the bar early, so give him the headset.
Pinned up in the corner, and Julian just giving the what for to the whole Barrie Wrestling crowd. And then a left hand to the head of Ali, and now looked like a double axe handle come, but went with the boot.
I talked about the toughness of this man, and look at the mind games he is playing with Ali's partners, and he's loving what he's inflicting on this young man.
It's not too often I call somebody else unhinged in a match with Holden Albright, but Julian Ward might be unhinged.
No, Julian Ward knows exactly what he's doing. He's just a sadist.
Well, Albright and Isaiah Prince, again, not used to tagging. They fell for the tactics of Julian Ward, ended up distracting Brad Myers, and it led to a triple team on Ali, who has been in the ring for a long time. Feels like an eternity to him, I'm sure. While all 3 members of the opposing team staying fresh, tagging in and out quickly. As I said, in comes Ward again. A couple parting shots from Richie Rich.
The chemistry between Williams and ATO is shocking to me. I'm not going to lie. I can't wait. They are gelling like they've been planning this for weeks. And we just heard about this match 4 hours ago.
Who knows? Maybe they have been planning it for weeks. Maybe this was the plan all along. They didn't care who the other team grabbed as a tag partner.
Here we go.
Ali
Get to your
up.
corner, kid. Get to your corner.
Great back suplex by Ali. But I said he needs to get to his corner.
That's where his inexperience is playing in there. He wanted to make the big move. Kid, this is about survival. When you are against 3 stars like this, you can... Oh.
And Kaz Jordan, smart tag maneuver, but the incredible long legs of Ali, and he's able to tag in Prince. Here comes the big man, running through Australian Takeover and taking out Jax Williams. Knife edge chops. Oh, but Julian Ward with the high knee.
Why is Brad Myers allowing him to stay in the ring and double team for this long?
Well, they're going for a double suplex, but Prince blocks it.
Look at the power of that man.
Unbelievable strength by Prince, sending both members of ATO flying.
Mark my words, Isaiah Prince has gold in his future, but oh, there are a couple of guys with destruction in their future right now.
Holden Albright sidesteps Kaz Jordan. German suplex with a release. Julian Ward with a boot to the face, though, caught Albright.
Man, Ward is so smart in that ring.
Albright sends Ward in, caught him coming off. Big sidewalk slam by a Holden Albright. But Jax Williams pops into the ring. Brad Myers losing all control of this matchup right now. Albright ducks the clothesline. Head scissors from Holden Albright. He's fired up. Brad Myers trying to figure out who's legal. I think it's still the Australian outlaw, Julian Ward.
You don't want Holden Albright smiling at you like that. He's giving me the willies, and I'm 20 feet away from him.
Albright and Ward meeting in the middle, trading clotheslines and shoulder blocks. Ward, with a series of strikes, but Albright undoing the buttons like Kurt Angle, taking down the straps. You know things about to get violent. Boot to the face by Ward, back fist by Holden Albright.
Was that a tooth that just flew into the crowd? Man, oh man.
Ward thinks he's back down under right now. Ali with the finale, his Claymore kick, but he is not the legal man.
This is the time, Brad Myers, remember who's supposed to be in the ring? Oh.
And now, the tax return from ATO. Julian Ward is the legal man, and ATO and Jax Williams pick up the victory.
Here are your winners, the team of Jax Williams, Kaz Jordan, and Julian Ward, Australian Takeover, ATO.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome back to another edition of the Barrie Wrestling Event Center. My name is Tyler, and I have so much information to bring to you this week. Now, if you saw our show last week, you saw it was a very special look back at the rivalry between Gabriel Fuerza and Reverso and an incredible triple threat main event. I have exclusive footage that happened backstage after the match that we are going to get to momentarily. Also today, I received this mystery yellow envelope from Barrie Wrestling Management. I wonder if it has something to do with that altercation. I don't know. I haven't read it yet. We are going to get to that together. But before all of that, I want to let you, the fans, know that Saturday, November the 2nd, Barrie Wrestling is turning 10 years old. And we want to see all of you, if you are in the area, 49 Ferris Lane at the FLCC Arena. Come and celebrate 10 years of Barrie Wrestling with us. And already announced for the card, TNA Wrestling superstar, the Wild Child Jody Threat is coming home to Barrie. Get your tickets now. They are selling fast. The first 2 rows are already sold out. I guarantee you we are going to have a packed house for an incredible night of Barrie Wrestling action. Now, last week on Rush Hour, we saw Myung Jae Lee successfully defend his 3 Pistols championship against Gabriel Fuerza and Reverso. Now, there was a backstage altercation that happened after this match. We're going to take you back. We're going to show you that footage right now, and then we're going to come back with a very special announcement from Barrie Wrestling owner Sean Gibson.
No, I'm sorry. You're skeleton. How's that,
Get your stuff and get out. Hey, what's that? What? You're sending me. Are you kidding me? You've been here long enough. You should know better. None of this shit. Come on. Enough.
Well, as you can see, fans, with that footage right there, things are getting out of control between Reverso and Gabriel Fuerza. There's no end in sight to this rivalry. I don't know what's going to happen. We have this envelope from Barrie Wrestling management. Maybe we'll open that up. There could be some information in there regarding the future of these two men. Let's pop it open here. So it's an announcement from Sean Gibson, Barrie Wrestling owner. As the rivalry of Gabriel Fuerza and Reverso continues to spiral out of control with no end in sight, putting not only our talent, but also the great fans of Barrie Wrestling at risk, I have no choice but to make the following announcement. In 2 weeks, we'll be holding a special edition of Rush Hour called Cream, which stands for Cage Rules Everything Around Me. Now, in the main event, we will see the man they call El Diablo, Gabriel Fuerza, go one-on-one with Reverso inside of a solid steel cage. Wow, that is a huge announcement from Barrie Wrestling owner Sean Gibson. We are finally going to see an end to this rivalry. Wait, there's a little bit more here. To make this match official, next week on Rush Hour, you, Tyler, will be outside of the event center. Okay. And inside of the ring with both men for a contract signing to make this an official match. Hold on. You want me in between both these guys with Fuerza and Reverso? I got to make a phone call here. Are you guys kidding? I have to, for real? Okay, I'm going to speak to Sean about this because this is crazy. I'm terrified to do that, but if it's what needs to get done to get the end of this rivalry, oh my God. Okay. Fans, we have a huge main event coming up right now. I will work out the details. It looks like I'm going to be in the ring next week on Rush Hour for a special contract signing between Gabriel Fuerza and Reverso. We are going to make this match official. 2 weeks' time for Cream. Cage Rules Everything Around Me inside the steel cage. November the 2nd, 10 years of Barrie Wrestling. Get your tickets now. Contact Barrie Wrestling owners, management, whoever. I'm flustered. I got to get in the ring with these guys. Jeez. Jody Threat's going to be there. November the 2nd, we turn 10 years old. It's going to be a great night of action. Speaking of great action, let's throw it down to ringside for our main event right now. Myung Jae Lee about to defend the Three Pistols Championship against Brent Money Banks.
Fans, it is time for the main event of Back to School 9.
Mike Jeffries just rubbing his hands in glee. He's happier than Sean Gibson when he got that autographed 8x10 of Tony Khan. He's getting his dream match, Brent Banks versus Myung Jae Lee.
This is a dream match. Now, Brent Banks showing some attitude to the Barrie Wrestling faithful. He hasn't been here in 4 years. We might have missed him, but I don't think he's missed this crowd.
Well, Brent Banks was the man in Barrie Wrestling. You called him Barrie's best bout machine. Month in and month out, he delivered. And he goes away for a little bit, and suddenly everyone's talking about Myung Jae Lee. Suddenly you're talking about Myung Jae Lee, not Brent Banks.
Brent getting a rise out of one of the fans. Well, nobody is a bigger Brent Banks fan than Brent Banks. I will give him credit. He looks like $1 million. The man is money.
He looks like $1 million. He wrestles like $10 million. Every time Brent Banks steps into the ring, you know you are getting something special.
But the same can be said about this man, the longest reigning Three Pistols champion ever.
Absolutely. Myung Jae Lee, back-to-back match of the year winner. He's incredible. The fans love him, he loves the fans, and every time we see him, somehow that match eclipses the last one.
I don't know if Vegas is laying odds on Barrie Wrestling match of the year yet.
It's done. It's done.
This one's got to be the favorite.
They closed the book.
This match is scheduled for one fall, with no time limit. And it is for your Barrie Wrestling Three Pistol Championship.
since Myung Jae Lee has suffered a loss. And Diamond Jim, how long has it been since he was the Three Pistols champion? We're going at 450 days now?
453 days, an unprecedented title reign, and every one of his defenses has somehow managed to set the wrestling world on fire. We are looking at two of the greatest technical and aerial wrestlers we have ever seen in Barrie Wrestling, and they're about to collide.
If you have not seen a Brent Banks or a Myung Jae Lee match before, you are in for a treat. Myung Jae Lee trained at Grapplers Anonymous, a gym that has also produced the likes of Kevin Blackwood and Daniel Garcia. And Myung Jae Lee, for those of you who don't know, he is one of the reasons that we are on IWTV. Barrie Wrestling Management said, we didn't get good footage when Daniel Garcia was here. We didn't get good footage when Kevin Blackwood was here. Some of the other ones we've had in the past.
Brent Banks.
And Brent Banks, we are not missing out on getting Myung Jae Lee footage here at Barrie Wrestling because he's going to be somewhere else in a couple of years. Hopefully still here as well. He might still be our 3-year Pistols champion in a couple of years the way he's been going. But right now, this is not about the future. This is not about the past. This is about one match for the Three Pistols Championship. Brent Money Banks challenging Myung Jae Lee. Tied in the middle of the ring, Brent Banks having a conversation with some of our fans here. Myung Jae Lee forcing Banks into the corner, and you can see as they are in the corner, the reach and length advantage as Brent Banks just slapped Myung Jae Lee in the face. Brent Banks has a wingspan that's about 7 feet wide. He could nearly reach across the ring and slap Myung Jae Lee if he wanted to. Brent Banks asking for silence from the crowd. Diamond Jim, as you alluded to, Brent Banks has not been here since Myung Jae Lee made his debut. He has not seen how this Barrie Wrestling crowd reacts to the Three Pistols champion. And he seems a little bit thrown off, a little confused by how behind Myung Jae Lee the FLCC arena is.
Well, quite frankly, he seemed a little thrown by the reaction when he walked out. Brent Banks, love him or hate him, was always the wrestler you wanted to see in Barrie Wrestling, and the crowd was not excited to see him walk through those curtains. They were very excited to see Myung Jae Lee.
Well, out of sight, out of mind, Brent Banks, again, it's been 4 years. It was before COVID the last time he wrestled here. We have a lot of fans in the arena that have not seen a Brent Banks match live.
Well, that's on them, because if you go and seek out Brent Banks matches, you will be treated to some of the best professional wrestling on the planet. He is money, he is the man, and he's the greatest challenge that Myung Jae Lee has ever faced in his legendary title reign.
Well, Banks there showing why he's so good with that vicious strike to the face of Myung Jae Lee. Banks is the total package. Incredible striker, incredible athleticism and high-flying abilities, and not afraid to take a shortcut. Shoulder block from Brent Banks. But Myung Jae Lee, no slouch, one of the best pure strikers we have here in Barrie. Submission specialist, and Diamond Jim, the most resilient wrestler we've ever had here?
No doubt. Yeah, that's absolutely the case, Mike. But I don't know if he can match up with Brent Money Banks.
Banks taunting the crowd. Drop down leapfrog from Brent Banks. Myung Jae Lee sending Banks in a deep arm drag from Lee, and a second one. Banks a little bit shook right now. Myung Jae Lee going for a monkey flip. Launching Brent Banks across the ring. Myung Jae Lee's going to have to use his quickness. Going for a wheelbarrow into a sunset flip, into a double stomp from Myung Jae Lee. Collapsing the chest of Brent Banks, who has no choice but to roll to the outside and try and catch his breath.
Veteran move by Banks. He's not a man you will see make a mistake in that wrestling ring.
Lee stalking Banks on the outside. Brent Banks in a lot of trouble. Myung Jae Lee going for the boot. Missed, off balance, and then Brent Banks spiking Myung Jae Lee's face off the apron.
Banks so cool and collected. Trying to get Brad Myers to be a little cooler. Not sure that's going to be a battle he'll win.
Brent Banks with a vicious knife edge chop to Myung Jae Lee. That sound ricocheting all around this arena. Now Banks right out in front of the Barrie Wrestling faithful with another vicious chop.
Breaks Brad Meyer's count.
Remember, Brent cannot win the title with a count out. Myung Jae Lee with a couple of knife edge chops. Banks felt that. And then Banks felt that as well as he just chopped the ring post. That ring post has zero give. Oh, but Banks with a diving shot to the back of Myung Jae Lee coming back into the ring. Brent shaking out his left hand there. He might have broken his finger on the ring post.
Could have broken his whole hand.
Banks sending Myung Jae Lee in, caught him with a clothesline coming back. Banks into the cover.
Still favoring that hand though. Couldn't get a proper cover on the champ. Banks still tried to get feeling back in that left hand.
Banks is a southpaw striker predominantly. And he's trying to stomp on Myung Jae Lee's hand, maybe trying to even this up. But Lee gets to his feet. Now Brent's going to use the other hand. No, he's going to stick with the left hand. Willing to take the pain in order to dish out the punishment. And then Brent Banks choking Myung Jae Lee with the middle rope and posing at the same time. Taking some time to ask the crowd to be quiet. And now just bending Myung Jae Lee backwards through the ropes and standing on Myung Jae Lee's throat. Using the full 4 count as Myung Jae Lee just flopping onto the apron and then gets dumped unceremoniously onto the floor. Brent Banks again taking the time to pose and bow.
This is all part of his game plan. He wants Myung Jae Lee thinking that he's already lost this match, that Banks doesn't even need to take him seriously.
Well, Myung Jae Lee fighting from the bottom, but a clubbing left hand from Brent Banks.
You talk about Banks' incredible athleticism, but he's also a master of the mind games, and we're seeing that play out with this slow, methodical pace he's taking it to the champ with.
I couldn't help but notice the reach advantage during that exchange. Myung Jae Lee from his position was just catching Brent Banks with the end of his strikes, and then Banks just clubbed him with a forearm to the back. Brent Banks has to have an 8 to 10 inch reach advantage in this matchup, and that's huge. That's huge in any combat sport, to be able to hit your opponent when they cannot hit you. Although that was a knee in close, I might have caught Myung Jae Lee right in the throat. As he's trying to catch his wind, and Brent Banks taunting the crowd, telling them and Myung Jae Lee that Banks is leaving with the title. And there again, Myung Jae Lee just not able to reach Brent Banks. And Banks reaching Myung Jae Lee with a boot to the face.
Banks, of course, a former 400 North Tag Team champion.
But correct me if I'm wrong, Brent Banks has never held singles gold here in Barrie.
He is not. There are many times where I think if he had been given the title opportunities, he would have won gold on multiple occasions.
Well, he's got the chance tonight here in the main event at Back to School 9. Thank you so much for joining us on IWTV or wherever you are watching. Series of chops and paintbrushes from Banks. Myung Jae Lee trying to fight back, but Banks just holding him at bay. Oh, but there Lee gets a couple of shots to the gut, shoves Brent Banks off the second rope. Banks comes right back, the left to the gut, right to the solar plexus. Now what Brent Banks looking for here? Myung Jae Lee trying to fight him off. Oh, Banks has got him hooked though. This could be really bad for the champ.
Unbelievable.
Superplex off the top, and Brent Banks holds on. Oh, Myung Jae Lee counters the suplex of his own. Where did that come from?
A last gasp from Myung Jae Lee.
I hope we can see a replay. There we go, thank you.
Massive superplex. Banks rolls through, but somehow Myung Jae Lee turns it into a suplex of his own.
Brent Banks is stunned. Myung Jae Lee, though, he's in all kinds of trouble. Brent Banks is 6-something. Those ring ropes are another 5 feet high, so Myung Jae Lee just basically fell out of a first-story window onto his back. Second-story window.
Just like your wedding night.
And now Myung Jae Lee giving Brent Banks a bit of his own medicine, dodging those wild strikes, and then a series of strikes and chops, and then a kick to the leg. That spinning kick missed, and Brent Banks with a vicious left elbow to the jaw. Slicing elbow. I'm surprised he didn't cut Myung Jae Lee open. Lee, though, showing his quickness. Kick to the face. Now Myung up on top. Brent Banks on unsteady legs, and then a shotgun missile drop kick from the Three Pistols champion. Lee not giving Banks the chance to breathe. Chasing him to the outside. Cannonball off the apron. Myung Jae Lee struggling to get Brent Banks into the ring. He is looking for a pinfall. He doesn't want to win this by countout. Lee off the ropes. Code red! Code red from Myung Jae Lee into a cover! Brent Banks kicks out at 2 and 99%.
Let's take another look at this code red. I cannot believe Brent Banks kicked out of that. Unreal impact by the champion, Myung Jae Lee.
An innovative offense from Myung Jae Lee. I have never seen him do either of those last two maneuvers. He is pulling out all the stops.
But it's because he understands the stakes here. This is a match that will define Myung Jae Lee's title reign.
Banks trying to find him, couldn't find him. Into a roll-up though, Banks, nice counter. And you're absolutely right. This might be the most important match Myung Jae Lee has had since he won the title. Oh, Lee there.
There's no mind about it. This is the most important match of Myung Jae Lee's career.
Banks sidestep. Blue Thunderbomb. And Myung Jae Lee able to kick out Brent Banks, unable to get his feet over Myung Jae Lee's shoulders. We'll see it here. Blue Thunderbomb up and down, and just not able to get tight enough to get his feet on the shoulders. Myung Jae Lee able to get the shoulder up and survive for now.
This match is almost like a video game where you're able to take two absolute stars of different eras and put them in their prime, because Brent Banks was gone for 4 years and he doesn't look like he's missed a day. It's incredible, the shape he's in, his ring conditioning, the speed and the viciousness of Brent Banks.
So Brent Banks' prime. If you're watching on IWTV, once this match is done, go search Brent Banks, find the oldest match you can, and tell me if he looks any different. This man has been in his prime, and a great sliding there facebuster by Banks, just another 2 count. He's been in his prime for what, 12, 13 years now? The crowd might disagree, but we say this a lot. John Atlas is probably still the best pure athlete in Barrie Wrestling, but if anybody here can give him a run for his money, it is Brent Banks, who's in the ring right now.
You just can't help yourself with the puns, can you?
Still not on purpose.
Right.
But in the ring, series of forearm shots. Myung Jae Lee firing up and just trading blows with Brent Banks. Brent Banks has lost his distance. He is staying in the pocket with Myung Jae Lee. Their bicycle kick, and one return from Myung Jae Lee. The champion caught Banks. And he caught the kick. Oh! 360 knee from Brent Banks. And then a straight kick to the, I don't know if it was the head or the shoulder, but it stunned Brent Banks. Lee ducks the clothesline. Springboard cutter from Brent Banks. Vintage Brent Banks. And again a 2 count. Brent Banks springboarded 3/4 of the way across the ring. We've got to see that replay.
Take a look at this.
Banks leaps almost before Myung Jae Lee comes off the ropes.
Unreal timing. This man, everything about Brent Banks is pure offense. He creates offense out of thin air.
For anybody watching this going, I just would have got out of the way. Brent Banks was flying across the ring at full speed before Myung Jae Lee knew it was happening. That is impeccable timing from Brent Banks. The crowd is getting to him. I don't know what Brent was expecting when he came back to Barrie, but it is clearly bothering him.
He was expecting what I expected, that fans would acknowledge this incredible career he's had here.
A left-handed from Brent Banks to Myung Jae Lee, who is sitting on the top rope. Again, I keep highlighting the height and the size advantage. They're almost eye to eye with Myung Jae Lee sitting on the top rope. Brent Banks, what are you doing here? Brent, what do you have planned?
I don't know, but it's not going to end well for the Three Pistols champion.
Both men on the second rope now. Brent pulling Myung Jae Lee into a fireman's carry while standing on the second rope. Incredible balance and strength from Banks, but took a little bit too long. Lee able to counter with some elbows. This might be saving his title, might be saving his career. Myung Jae Lee changing positions here. Dangerous spot for both of them. Looks like Lee's going for a Hurricane Rana, but Banks counters. Myung Jae Lee is caught. Banks waving the finger, saying no. Muscles Lee up.
Eye to eye. Oh my God!
Hurricane Rana off the top rope by Myung Jae Lee. Psycho knee from the champion. Oh, Brent Banks. We've seen this before. Banks is in the drop zone. Myung Jae Lee up on top. Double stomp. Grabs the arm away from the ropes, but did not hook the outside leg in the ring awareness of the veteran Brent Banks to break the count with the bottom rope. Myung Jae Lee made a great decision there, grabbing the arm, but did not get the leg. Here is the double stomp that has finished so many matches for Myung Jae Lee.
Yeah, but you see what just happened there? Banks rolled towards the ropes. He knew exactly where he was in the ring. He knew the pin was coming. He saved energy by just being able to get a foot on the ropes. Incredible savvy on the part of Brent Banks.
Brent Banks staying alive in this matchup, but now eating these kicks to the chest. Lee wound up for that one, but off the mark. Rear waistlock from Banks.
There's that reach. He just almost like dealing with a child.
Oh, big chop to the chest, Myung Jae Lee, and again, stunning Banks. Oh, that super kick caught Myung Jae Lee flush. Lee might be unconscious right now. I do see him moving. That kick caught him right on the chin. Now Banks going to the top rope. He's looking to fly. Took a little bit too long and then lost his footing. Brent Banks, I don't know if it's a distraction from the crowd or what happened there, but you could see his left leg just slip off the rope. Release German suplex off the top.
Brent Banks landed directly on his head.
This ring is 16 by 16 and Myung Jae Lee almost threw Brent Banks clean out of it. Myung Jae Lee's dropped. He's got the knee pad. Knee pad's down. Psycho knee again. Turn Brent Banks inside out.
The Banks still not down.
Banks fighting with everything he's got. Lee back up on top. Double stomp again. Right in the middle of the ring. Myung Jae Lee is still your Three Pistols champion.
Two of the all-time greats stepped into this ring to decide who the best bout machine was, and it's that man, Myung Jae Lee, still your Barrie Wrestling Three Pistols champion.
What an incredible main event, Myung Jae Lee retaining the Three Pistols Championship. And we will see him again next week when he goes to war with Judas Icarus. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Rush Hour. For TCO and Diamond Jim, I am Mike Jeffries, and we will see you next week right here on Rush Hour.